Australia loves its basketball, and although the NBA is still probably the league that grabs most people's attention, the NBL is undergoing a bit of a resurgence. The venues are a mixed bag, but there are some pretty spectacular ones amongst them. So here are the National Basketball League 2021-22 arenas. Adelaide Entertainment Centre, Adelaide 36ers. The venue was built primarily to meet the demand for live music in the city, and the 36ers didn't move in until a couple of years ago. It has a very extravagant front entrance that's known as the Orb if I'm not mistaken. The interior is fairly straightforward. The best aspect is probably that rather large 8-sided video board. Unlike the NBA, not every arena in the league has a center-hung scoreboard. So that's a big plus. Not a bad venue to start with. Nissan Arena, Brisbane Bullets. This new venue, which was built in the Brisbane suburb of Nathan, was actually built as a dedicated netball facility, which for anyone watching from outside of the Commonwealth is pretty much just basketball without 3-pointers, dunks or dribbling. Sounds fun, right? Anyway, the venue actually has several courts, but the main court, which is slightly sunken, features 2 small stands on either side, with these larger retractable stands that slide in behind them, which does give it a bit of a temporary look, but it's not too bad. Cairns Convention Centre, Cairns Taipans. I love that name. Not only does it rhyme, but they do actually have taipans in Cairns. It's fitting. As is the exterior design, very tropical, and Cairns is probably Australia's most stereotypically tropical city. The venue recently underwent a bit of a renovation and expansion, but if I'm not mistaken, that wasn't to do with the actual arena itself, just the attached conference rooms and whatnot. Due to that construction, they actually played pre-season games out of a former Bunnings converted into a pop-up arena. As for the snake pit itself, it looks great with that orange and blue colour scheme throughout, and that distinctive paper fan-shaped ceiling. And as the old saying goes, the ceiling of a basketball arena, but that's not what ships are built for. Wynn Entertainment Centre, Illawarra Hawks. Speaking of ships, this one's right by the beach, hence its nickname, the Sandpit. And I guess they gave the exterior a bit of a beach vibe. Could have gone further with it though. On the inside, it could be anywhere. It's a fairly generic design that makes use of retractable seating on all sides, which doesn't look the best, but the video board is pretty decent and the low ceiling makes for an intimate atmosphere. John Cain Arena, Melbourne United and Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Located in Melbourne Park, the home of the Australian Open Tennis, is one of the most multi-purpose venues there is. Not only is there a retractable roof, which does occasionally open up even for basketball, but there's a velodrome underneath the floor. That versatility does also mean some conspicuously retractable seating once again, which of course allows the spectators to be close to the action, but also means it looks a bit all over the place, and there might be some dodgy sightlines here and there. But it's still a more than adequate venue. Spark Arena, New Zealand Breakers. Yes, it's another Australian league that includes a team from New Zealand. I've never been a fan of when a domestic team is named after a country though. For example, I played for New Zealand, but I never made it to the national team. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, as you saw, the exterior was rather distinctive. The interior, not as much, but that is usually the case with arenas. But it still does look great. I should mention that it's the biggest in New Zealand, which is another sign of how far the league has progressed. They used to play here. Major upgrade. Not that it was actually built for them, but they've still got to pay the rent. RAC Arena, Perth Wildcats. There's so much to say about this place. I absolutely love the exterior. You might look at it and think, that's a puzzling design. Well, guess what? It was actually based on a puzzle. one from the year 2100 seemingly. Much like John Cain Arena, it has a retractable roof, mainly for tennis purposes once again. And speaking of tennis, the interior walls and the seats match the blue of the court. It looks stunning. I'll tell you what would have been cool if the video board was in the shape of the puzzle-like exterior. Perhaps not the most practical design, but it would have been awesome. You could probably tell already, but it's my favorite arena in the league. In fact, if you put it in the NBA, it'll still be up there. And to top it all off, the Wildcats boast the highest average attendance in the league. State Basketball Centre, Southeast Melbourne, Phoenix. Which one is it? I think it might be this one. Yes, this one. They clearly didn't have the budget of the last venue, but I do quite like the exterior. It's a nice colour combination. On the inside, it looks almost as good. A very clean and modern aesthetic. All of the seating retracts into the wall, revealing another court under each stand. There's not much in the way of video screens or luxury suites. It's very simple, but effective. Kudos Bank Arena, Sydney Kings. Initially built for the 2000 Olympics, the Kingdome, as it's affectionately known as, remains Australia's largest basketball venue, if you discount Marvel Stadium. And it's actually one of the world's busiest arenas. There is actually 4 levels of seating, although it does look a little smaller during an NBL game because the upper deck is usually curtained off. But without that, it's very similar to a few NBA arenas. About the same capacity and plenty of luxury suites. Who knows, maybe one day the Sydney Kings will join the NBA. Oh hell no. MyState Bank Arena, Tasmania Jack Jumpers. Although it sounds strange, I do like their name, it's unique. And just like the taipan, not only does the bite pack a punch, but jack jumper ants are common in Tasmania. Anyway, the arena that sits right by the Derwent River was given a major overhaul in time for the team's debut. It's still small, but it's been significantly modernized. It now probably has the highest video screen inchage per head. Yes, I know inchage isn't a word, but that's never preventified me before. One thing I found slightly strange is that the colors of the seats don't all match. It's a bit all over the place. I'm not sure if the different colors signify something or if they just got them cheap on Gumtree. Silverdome, Tasmania Jack Jumpers again. This venue is known for cycling first and foremost. In fact, it was the Southern Hemisphere's first indoor timber velodrome. That's a very specific claim to fame. It's small, a little antiquated, and probably the worst in the league to be honest. But to be fair, Launceston is the smallest city in the league, so it makes sense. I wonder if it will go the way of the Pontiac Silverdome, and indeed Pontiac. Let's hope not. And those were the NBL Arenas. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, have a good one.